Hello everyone. Today I will discuss about the Parseval theorem. Okay, so Parseval theorem is used to calculate the average power of any periodic signal. So if we have a given signal in the time domain, so we can calculate its average power. Okay, its average power, that is P, by the help of you can say Parseval theorem. So Parseval theorem says that average power is given as 1 by T integrate over a complete time period, that is from T0 to T0 plus T. Okay, and then we have to square that signal, x square of T into dt. Okay, so Parseval theorem, this is in terms of continuous time signal. So if our signal is in the continuous time, or you can say time domain model, okay, then the average power can be calculated using the Parseval theorem. So P is equals to 1 by T, integration goes over the period T, okay, x square T dt. Okay, now if we want to calculate, okay, this is in terms of time domain, but in the earlier class we have seen the Fourier spectrum. We have seen Fourier spectrum. Fourier spectrum. There we have at various frequencies. Okay, there we have at various frequencies, that is our W0, W1, okay, W0 and 2 times W0. So all the amplitude and the phases at a particular frequency in the Fourier spectrum. So the question arises whether we are able to compute average power from the frequency model, that is in terms of our CK model. So this is my CK. Okay, so we have a CK, that is Fourier coefficients. Okay, so Fourier coefficient in terms of CK, it can be defined at K. So it can be for 0, or it can be for plus or minus 1, it can be for plus or minus 2, and so on. So if we have a Fourier coefficient, okay, and then whether it is possible to find out the average power or not. So yes, we can able to find out the average power using the Parseval theorem. So this is a very good idea. Okay, so we can find out the average power in the if the signal is in the continuous domain, and now if the signal is in the frequency domain, we are also able to find out the average power. So average power for the path, average power when the signal is in terms of the frequency coefficient. So we have, if we have a coefficient, then how do I find the average power? So average power is equals to P is equals to summation goes from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, summation goes from minus infinity, or you can say k equals from minus infinity to plus infinity, magnitude of ck square. This is what the average power calculation using your Parseval theorem. This is very important theorem. Okay, when we talked about the signals and system, or many signal processing concept. Okay, so now if we have these two equations, this equation number 1 and this equation number 2, if we calculate, okay, and if you see, if you are able to compare these two equations, can be able to compare. So this is in terms of continuous domain, this is in terms of you can say a Fourier domain. So all your CKs, okay, all your CKs are nothing but the Fourier coefficients. I will write it here. Okay, what is CK? CK is nothing but Fourier series coefficient in Fourier series coefficient in your exponential form. Exponential form. Now I will write this as a comparison. Okay, so I will compare this T 1 by T integration goes from T0 to capital T plus T0. Okay, this same I have written x square T dt is equals to summation goes to k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity, magnitude of ck square. Okay, when you see these two equations, when you compare these two equations, you can say that this is your right-sided sequence. Okay, so right-sided sequence, this is your two-sided sequence. Okay, this is single-sided, this is two-sided. Okay, So thus you can say that your is ck is decaying fast enough when we approach to the positive and negative infinity. So this is your curve. Okay, this is your magnitude curve. So whenever you are going towards this side or this side in the magnitude spectrum, your ck is decaying very fast. Okay, then that's what we have seen in the earlier video. Okay, now if I want to interpret your Fourier spectrum, I will interpret in this way. So not Fourier spectrum. If I want to interpret my uh, Parseval theorem, okay, so I will write it here. Okay, so the same equation I will write it here. So this is nothing but the interpretation. K goes from minus infinity to plus infinity. Magnitude of ck square, and which is equals to 1 by t, which is equals to 1 by t integration. Okay, so from t0 to t0 plus t x square t dt. Okay, so you can see that this is nothing but the sum of squares in the time domain model. So this is your sum of square in time domain. Okay, and what about this? This is nothing but sum of square in the frequency domain. This ck is in terms of frequency. Okay, this is your when you plot your amplitude along with the frequency curve. So this is nothing but sum of square in frequency domain. Sum of square in the frequency domain. Okay, what is x square? X square represents this. X square represents the power at time t. Okay, which includes all the frequencies. What is this ck represent? This ck represents the power at frequency at k omega 0. Okay, at k omega 0, which includes effects for the all the times. Okay, so I will write. Shall I write it here? So for this ck, so this ck, or you can say magnitude of ck square, is nothing but a power of frequency, power at frequency, power at power at power at frequency k omega 0. Okay, and this is nothing but x square t is equals to power at time t, power at time t. Okay, so it includes all the frequency. I will write it here. It includes all frequency, whereas it includes all the times. Okay, so it includes all the time. Okay, so so in this case, if we want to find the power in the frequency domain, okay, so we have to find it by adding up all the powers at each frequency. If you want to find, I'm repeating, if you want to find power in the frequency, we can find it by adding up all the frequencies. Okay, all the frequencies is summation, all the frequencies. Okay, so powers at each frequency we will get. Now if you want to find out the power at time, or you can say power in the time domain, we can find it by adding up all the powers at each time. Okay, so as our summation goes from this time, okay, so power at time we can find out at the power at each time. Okay, by adding all this time. Okay, so if we have multiple of times, so we can add those times power, and then we will get we able to calculate the average power. Similarly here also, if you want to find out the average power, so what we have to do is we have to find the average power of each frequency, average power at each frequency, and then we have to add this frequency's power, and then we can able to calculate the average power of the particular continuous time domain as well as frequency time domain. So one use of Parseval theorem is when we numerically compute the Fourier series approximation. Okay, so this Parseval theorem allows you to compute the power of the error term. So first we will find the average power. Okay, by using this formula we will find the average power using this formula. Then we will find the power using this approximate power using this Parseval theorem. Okay, and then we will uh, we will subtract the approximate power from the average power, and then we will get a error at the power. So P error, I will write in the equation as P error is equals to P minus P approximate. Okay, P error is equals to P minus P approximate. So what is P approximate? P approximate we can find out at this equation, by this equation, or you can say sum of square of in the frequency domain. So power at each frequency. So P approximate we can find out. Average power we can find out this equation. Okay, so this is my P. Okay, this is my P and this is my P approximate. Okay, if I get P and P approximate, I am able to find out the P error, that is P average power error is nothing but P minus P approximate. Okay, so when we subtract P approximate from P, we will get P power. Okay, and yes, so that's all for this Parseval theorem. That's all for the today's class. Thank you.